Hello students, in this video lecture, I am going to solve the remaining part of this sample paper issued by CBSE for the session 2025 and 26. So previously we have completed the section A and B, and this is already there in part A and B, the first part of this video. Now we are starting the second part of this video, which will cover the remaining questions which are there. So in section C, the very first question is write a Python function that displays the number of times the word Python appears in a this thing. Okay, so let's see. First, listen it carefully what
Write
it
a
is saying once
Python
again.
function that displays the number of times the word Python appears in a text file named prog.txt.
Okay. So we have a file. So in this file, we have a file which it has a word Python present in it. So let's see, I'm creating the file first, prog.txt. And in this file, I'm writing few lines. For example, I learn Python. Then I'm writing Python is fun. Okay. And let's see one more line, study Python. Okay. So these are the three lines which I've written, which contains the word Python. Now, I need to count how many times the word Python is present in this file. So def count. Let's see, the count is the name of the function. So the very first step is to open the file. So opening the file in this case will be in the read mode. So read mode is default mode, but it's always better to write it prog.txt, and this is the mode. Now, after opening the mode, there are many ways, but the easiest way is read the entire file data using the read, and then using the split method, we will get the words which are present in this file. So we will do something like this. Text dot split. Okay, so it will split is there. Now we need the count, so we need a counter variable. CNT. Now for word, each of word in words. Now words is basically it's a list of words which are there in this. Okay, it will divide the entire into a list of words. Now for each of the word in words, we need to see how many times the Python is there. So if word dot lower, so you can make it upper also, so that we can do the comparison irrespective of the case. Python, then we are going to write CNT is equal to 1. Now we are going, so this entire thing will keep on repeating for each of the words. And finally, we are going to print the count of word Python, which is we write is CNP. Okay, so let's call the function. If I run this code, you will see the output will come. So the count of Python is 3. Okay. So you've seen it's quite a simple program. So if we do this one here, so I'm writing the code here. So this is the code for this particular. Now the next one is saying, let my virtual assistant read this one first.
Write and call a Python function to read lines from a text file stories.txt and display those lines which doesn't start with a vowel, a, e, I, o, u, irrespective of their case.
Okay, so the understanding is that you have to read the lines from the story.txt and you display those lines which are not starting with the vowels letters. Okay, A, E, I, O, irrespective of the case. So first thing is we need a file story.txt so that we can test it. We can write the code directly, but I think it will be better if you can see what is the output. Okay, so we write the file name here, stories dot text. Now this is the file, so we need some lines in this also. So let's see, we write India is great. We are its people. Okay. I love my country. Okay. We are brothers and sisters. Okay. That's it. So here you can see there are two lines which are starting with the vowel letters. Okay. And let's see one more. We write elephants are big. Okay. Fine. We have four lines are there. So now what we need a function which is going to do this task. So in this program, I can see there is no function name is given. So we have to write a function on our own. So let's say I give a very common name show, and then I am opening the file stories.txt. This time also in the read mode, right? Now I have to read all the lines. So the very simplest and easiest method of reading all the lines is the f.readlines method. Now it will get all the lines present in the file. Now for line in lines. Okay, so for each line of the string, now I need to see whether the line is see here it is not asking for. You have to read question very carefully. It doesn't start with the vowel. So what we need to do is that uh, char equal to line 0. So it will give you the first character. Now, if this char is not in A, E, I, O, U, A, E, I, O, U, so it will take care of upper and lower case, then we will print the line, right? So this is the line. So once this is done, we do the f dot close. So f dot close is here, and then we call the function show to check. So it is going to display the lines which are not starting with the vowel letter. So we are, and I think these two are there. So let's see. So here you can see these two lines are coming, and normally there is a space is coming in between, and because there is a line characters are there. Now, if you do not want that thing to happen, what you can do, you can suppress the additional new line which is there, because already there is a new line character after this one, and print adds one more new line character. That's why it is happening. If you just write like this, so it will come like this. Okay. So this is the question number. I think this is the or part. So you can try any one of them. So this is the now the next one is okay. This is a list, and in this list we have a user-defined function to perform operation on a stack. Okay, so it's a stack question. So let me. Okay, this is the stack question is there. So the first part is about the a list. Okay, so let me read it first.
A list containing records of products as L equals, laptop, 90,000, mobile, 30,000, pen, 50, headphones, 1,500. Write the following user-defined functions to perform operations on a stack named product2.
Okay, so the very important part in this, we understand there is a stack named product, right? So product is the name of the stack. So what are the functions we need to write? So we need to understand. So there is a list containing the product. So this list will be taken as an input. So, and what are the methods? So we have this methods which are there, which is to be written. So let's try to understand what each of the method is asking us to do.
Push underscore element, to push an item containing the product name and price of products costing more than 50 into the stack. Output, laptop, 90,000, mobile, 30,000, headphones, 1,500. Pop underscore element, to pop the items from the stack and display them. Also, display stack empty when there are no elements in the stack. Output, headphones, 1,500. Mobile, 30,000. Laptop, 90,000, stack imply.
Okay, I think it should be stack empty. Okay, so let's come to the solution part of this program. Okay, let's understand one by one. So we have to first uh, declare a stack named product. So what we can do, we can write product is equal to, it's an empty list, remember? It's this one. Now we have a function called push element. Now this is a function. Now this function is, you need to push an item containing the product name and price of the products containing more than 50 into the stack. So these items which are coming from this list are to be pushed into the stack product, only those for which the costing is more than 50. So you can see here pen is only 50, so it will not be added, rest will be adding this. So this is the function name. In this function, we need to pass the uh, list. Okay. So if we pass this list, now for the product in this list, uh, if we see, okay, each of the product item is consist of two values. Okay. It's a tuple, so it containing two values like laptop and the price. So what we can do, we can write the p name comma price. So this is what we call is unpacking in of tuples. So this prod is divided into two parts, p name and price. Now if price is greater than 50, we need to put this thing into the, we have to append this value, this product. So the entire product will go into the, okay, into the stack. So this is the question number one, part one of this function. Now the next one is this pop element. Now pop element is a very common one. Okay, you can use this one for any kind of a stack question. The almost the same answer you are going to write. So what is the answer? So here you need to pop all the elements one by one. Now what is pop? Basically, you are removing the elements in the last in first order. So elements are already given. Okay, there is some mistake here. It's not prod. It should be product dot append. Right. I think this is correct one. Now we will check while product is not equal to uh, empty list. Okay. So while not equal to empty list, we will remove each of the product by writing product dot pop. So pop method will remove from the last to first order, LIFO order, and we need to print also that product, okay, in separate line. And finally, okay, when everything is done, that means when this condition becomes false, when there are no more items are there, in that case we will print uh, stack empty. Okay, so this is what we are going to print. So these are the two methods are there. So we can check this one by the taking the web. It's already there in the question. So though in exam you do not need to do this checking part, I'm doing it because I got the data here. So I'm using this data and putting it here. Okay, and then I am writing. Then I am calling the function. So my first function is push element. So it is L, and then the other function is pop element, which is this one, right? So now if we run it, so it should give the output. So let me run it. So you can see the output is exactly the output as given in the question. Headphone, mobile, and laptop and stack. Empty. Okay. So this is what is the question. Okay. So this is very simple. Uh, you just need to ensure that you are writing the code considering a separate stack which is going to hold these values. Okay. So otherwise it's not very complicated. So this is the code for this. question. Now we are coming to the next one, which is okay, this is one question where they are asking you to predict the output. So let's copy the output of this question here. So there are some changes are there. So we need to move this one here. This will be going here. Then one more is there, and this is going to here. Now this elif is here, and for this elif part, this action is to be done. And for the else part, this action is to be done. And I plus 1 will be done for the entire loop. And finally, we have to print S2. Okay, so we can write S2 here. And if you want to write in same line, it is possible, but let's see. So, so the very first thing we need to understand that original string can never be modified. So that's why we are getting S2. Now, what is the thing which is going on? It is I less than len S1. So len of S1 means normally if I is plus equal to 1, you should understand it is reading each of the character. So each of the character it's reading like uh, S, then Q, then P. Okay, each of the character P, then hyphen is there, then 2 is there, then 5. Okay. These are there. Now, what it is saying that if S1I, if the letter is between 0 and 9, so it is between 0 and 9. So, okay, like first one is S, obviously it's not between 0 and 9, it is between A to Z. So it is saying that S2 is equal to S2 plus S1, I plus 1. So the next letter, so it will be replaced by the S2 will be replaced by the, in S2 you will be storing the next letter which is Q. So now obviously for the Q you will be storing P, for the P you will be storing the hyphen, right? That is done. Now we come to the hyphen. Now hyphen is not a digit, not an alphabet. So it is we are here. So in this case, we have to put this particular character, right? And for 2, what you have to do, you have to convert it into an integer and you have to subtract 1 from it. So 2 minus 1. Now here, it is what it is doing. It is converting into an integer. Then it is subtracting 1 from it. And then it is adding by making it as a string. Okay. So 2 will become 1 and 5 will become 4. Okay. So ultimately, it is all there in S2. So output value will be Q, uh, P, hyphen, and this caret symbol, and then 1 and 4, right? And then we are going to do this one. Now, let me run this one. So if you run this one, what is the output coming? Yes, it is the same output which we have also got. So it's a very simple one. Just you have to understand these portions and they are also not very difficult. Okay. And remember there's a good part in other programming languages, the index get modified, but here nothing get modified. So you just have to read and see whichever like index is there, you have to get the value from there, right? So this is the explanation part. So we can write it here and you do not need to write this part. I think we can just copy this part. So this is the output and output is should be very visible. So your output value will be this one. So this is the output. Okay. Now we come to the next one. Next one is again output question. Like remember, it's a choice is there, but I am doing both. So whichever one you find easier, you can attempt that one. So let's see. We copied here. So this one. So this is a quite a one. Let's see here if this is the condition. then you need to put this value here. And finally, you have to print the output. Okay, so let me check here. So it will be output is here. Okay. So sometimes I just reduce, like sometimes it's not visible. You can put this kind of backslash and you can see the entire thing. So for century in wildlife century, like all the names which are there, it will read if century minus one means if the last letter, okay, if the last letter is in AEIOU means that particular letter is there, then what you need to do in the output century, output list, century 0 dot upper, that letter is to be added, right? That means the first one, Kajiranga, A is there at the last character. So you will be putting the first letter, which is the K. Okay. Next, Ranthambore, yes, here also E is there, so that is done. Jim Corbett is not, Sundarban is not, Periyar is not there, Giri is not there, and Bandipur. So only two are there. So this will be the output of this one. Very simple one. All right. Just you have to be very careful. Do not think that you need to copy the entire name. It will be just century 0. That means the first letter of that particular one and in uppercase. Already it is in uppercase. I don't think any requirement is there in this case. So let's run and see what is the output. So output is same as it is given. So this is for the this particular question. This is the output. So output is this. Okay. So the next question is about from the SQL. Okay. So there is a table given and they are asking you write the following queries to display the total quantity sold for each product whose total quantity sold is exceed 12. Right. Now, basically, what is the SQL will be? So you need for each of the products. Now, this is the product table is there. And okay, let me show you this with the data so that you can understand how this thing is there. I have already created the kept the data for this one. So I'm giving you the data for this. Okay. So here basically there are only one file is sales. Okay, so this sales data you need. So let me copy the sales data and the okay. So here is the sales data. So I'm copying it here. So this is the sales data. So if you want to see the data, I will be writing select star from the table sales. Yes, too fast. So if I run this code, so it will be showing me the data which is there. Okay, so this is the entire data. Now, it is what saying, it is saying to display the total quantity sold for each product. So you have to see it's for each of the products. See, whenever there is a word each is there, that means you need to do group by. Okay. So you need to display. So basically, this query will be something like this. You have to write. Let me select product, then it is asking for the total quantity. Now, total it means sum of the quantity sold. Okay, in this case, is quantity sold. So that is there. And the table name is from sales. And one more thing, very good thing, this is SQL is not case sensitive. So you can write in uppercase, lowercase. Okay, but it's a good idea to write all the keywords in uppercase. So now we are going to do with the group by this product. Okay, this much is done, but there is more is written that whose total quantity sold exceeds 12. So total quantity sold exceeds 12. That means uh, now in a group by, if you need to give any condition, you have to use the having clause. Having uh, the total quantity is again the sum of a quantity sold is greater than 12. Okay. So this is the query. So if everything is okay, it will show you the result. So this program didn't showed anything the result because I think there is, if the only quantity which is repeating here is the laptop, is there no more laptops? Smartphones are not there. Tablet, yes, tablets are twice, but their quantity is 3 and 5, which is 8. So obviously it is not more than, but like see, if I write it here 7, so if I run this one, then you will be seeing the laptop. Oh, there are more are there. So more than 7, like your smartphone, which is of 10, so it will falling into that. Tablet is also coming in this thing. But if you're writing it as 12, you will not get any output because none of the like product is satisfying this particular condition. So your this is the first one, right? Second one is saying uh, to display the records of sale in the sorted order, uh, uh, sorted by product name in descending order. So to display the records of sale. So display the records of sales means very simple. Select star from sales. That is done. Then in the sorted order means order by product, and it is saying sorted by product in descending order. Now for descending order, we write basically order by product DESC. Okay. So if we run this query, so we will be getting all the thing, and you see the tables, and they are in Z to A order. It is there, right? So this is the question for this one. Now, what is the next one? Next one is saying to display the distinct uh, product names from the sales table. It is very simple. You will be writing a distinct. Distinct command basically remove the duplicate instances of a value. So duplicate time, if something is coming, it will not appear. So from distinct from sales, so there's no more requirement. So this will be the thing. So if you run this, you will be getting these are the names. So this double entries are now no more there. Okay. This is the now the next is to display the records of customers whose name ends with letter E. So here you see there are in this table there are customer names, and it is saying whose names ends with the letter uh, ends with the letter E. So records means you have to write the uh, select asterisk from sales where uh, customer name like, so you know the like clause. In the like clause, we need to see the last letter is E. Before that, anything can come. So small e, we'll write it. So it is going to show all the names in which the last letter is E. So putting a semicolon, now we run this query. So, okay, so John Doe and Michael Lee. So these are the two names are there. So this is the query for this one. Okay. Now there are few queries which are basically okay. Now predict the output. So there are output queries. So we are doing this one. Like first one is saying select star from sales where product is equal to table. So it is going to give, like if you look at the records where tablet is there, product is equal to tablet. So there are two records are there. One is this record where tablet is there, and one is the last record. So if we copy this one and then we put it here, basically we are getting this record and this record. So entire thing, and the format of the record will come in this way. Okay. So there are two tablet records. So these two are coming. So if we want, we can copy this two, and prices are there, and then we are going to put here. This is the first one. The second one is saying sales ID, customer name from sales where product is S percentage. So here basically it is saying where the product name starts with letter S. So the product are like smartphone and smartwatch and this smartwatch. So there are three are there. So only we need the sales ID, customer name. So sales ID is here, this one and this one and this one, and the customer name. Customer name is also given. So let's run this query. So sales ID and customer name, which are two there, and this is the format in which it will come. So the only thing which is, remember, you uh, are selecting this one and this one, but only the value will be customer name, right? So this is the one. So this query, this will be the output. The next one is select. Okay, first let me copy this one here. Okay. Select count star from sales where product in laptop and tablet. Now in clause is equal to or condition. So it is saying either the product is laptop or tablet. So for those product, how many counts are there, right? So if we see laptop is one, tablet is here, this. So these are the three rows where this condition is true. So count star will be 3. So let's run it. So count star is 3. So this is the solution for the next one. Now the next one is saying select the average price of the sales where product is tablet. So you see tablet is here and average price is this one, and tablet is here, the average price is this one. Now if you divide this, add this 2 and divide it by the price, okay, and divide it by 2, you will be getting the answer, right? So 1500 is here, 15348. So this will be added. So let's see what is the answer coming. So this is the answer. You write only this much. That is good enough. Okay. So this is the result for the last query. So it is very simple. Just you have to add the two those numbers and divide it by. Okay, the numbers are two rows are there, so two values divided by two. Now we are coming to the next question, which is a CSV based question. So let's try to first let me read the question for you.
Raj is the manager of a medical store. To keep track of sales records, he has created a CSV file named sales.csv, which stores the details of each sale. The columns of the CSV file are product underscore ID, product underscore name, quantity underscore sold, and price underscore per underscore unit. Help him to efficiently maintain the data by creating the following user-defined functions. Accept, to accept a sales record from the user and add it to the file sales.csv. Calculate total sales, to calculate and return the total sales based on the quantity underscore sold and price underscore per underscore unit.
Okay, so basically there is a CSV file named sales.csv in which we have to store the data of products. product ID, product name, quantity sold, and price per unit. So the first function is accept. So how do we do this one? So we are going to write the import CSV first, which is will be required. Then def accept. In accept, we first open the file, which is sales.csv. And this file, as we are going to add the record, so we write append mode. And normally we write new line equal to this thing to suppress the additional new line written by the operating system. Now we have the writer object to be created, which is csv.writer, and we are going to put the F here. Okay. Now we need, what are the things? We need the product ID, product name, quantity sold, and price per unit. So let's see, product ID is equal to PID. And let's see, it doesn't matter. We do know. So we take it because everything is stored as a string in a CSV file. So there is no point in storing anything in terms of integer or float. So enter product ID, product ID. Okay, so this is the product ID. The next is the product name. So P name we can do. So input, enter product name. Then we have the price quantity. Okay, so it is asking for the quantity sold and price per unit. So QTY is input, enter quantity, and then we have the price. Price is equal to input, enter the price. Okay. But sometimes just to indicate that you know that's integer value, you can put it like this and this one also. Though it is of no use, actually it will be stored as a thing, but at the level of this, it will give you a better understanding. Now we will create a record. Let's see a row of this. In this row, we have a PID, P name, quantity, and price. Right, and this is to be written right row. This row is to be written, and finally we do f dot close. Right, so this is the accept function. Now the next function is the calculate total sales. So what basically it is doing, it is calculating the total sales and returning the total sales based on quantity sold and price per unit. Now you have to read the question very carefully. So for each of the product, there is a quantity sold and price per unit. So the total sales for that for each product is the multiplication product. Price per unit, one price is the and the quantity sold for that price, right? So what we will do, the next function. So we have written this function for this one. We are copying it here. Now the next code is for the function of the total sales. So the total sales will be def calculate total sales. So F equal to open. Again, you are opening the sales dot CSV, and it will be obviously in read mode. We do not need to add anything, and we need a new line equal to this. Now, what we need to do, we need to create a reader object. So reader object will be CSV dot reader. It will also take a file object. Now, we need a total sales variable. So we write total sales equal to 0. Now, for each row or record, whatever row in RDR, this is the reader object. It will read each of the row. Now, we need to get the, so we have seen in the previous code that product ID and product name, these are the zero field, first field. So second and third field are the quantity and price. So quantity and price are in row 2 and row 3. Okay, but the only problem is there, these are stored as a string, so you need to convert it into integer. This will be converted into integer. This will be converted into integer. Okay. So total sales will be the product of this two. Okay, QTY multiplied by price. So print total sales is let's see this total sales variable. Sales. So this is the one, and if you want, you can execute this query and you can check what the total sales is there. So if I want to execute this one, I need the except function also. Let me copy the except function here and put it here. So let's call the except 3 times, though it is not required here, but I'm writing it except, and then we calculate the total sales. So total sales function is this one. Okay. So let me run this one. So let's see, product ID is P1, name is ABC, quantity sold is 10. Next one is unit price. Unit price, let's see, it's 55. Next is the product ID is P2, name DF, quantity sold is 20, unit price is, let's say, 67. Let's see, last one is P3, product name is PQR, quantity sold is, let's say, this time 30, and price is, let's say, 85. So it is going to give you the, so it has gone, the records are gone to this file, and the total sales is this one. Okay, so this is working, that's fine. So let's see, so this question is done. Now we have another question where we have two table queries are there. So one of the table is the hotel table, and the other table is here is the bookings table. So we need to write the queries based on these two tables, right? So as the queries are required, so I'm writing the queries directly without going into the creating this data. So to the queries is saying that you need to the first one is saying to display the list of customer names who have bookings in any hotels of Delhi city. See, customer name is here, right? These are the customer names whose booking is in any hotel in Delhi city. So Delhi city is hotels are here, here cities there. So two things we need. We need the customer name, but whose bookings are in any of the in the Delhi city. So how we can do this thing? So uh, whenever there is two data is in two different tables, we need to join, especially the equi-join on the common column which is there. So we have a customer name. So customer name, we need it from the table. Both the tables are needed. One is the bookings table. The other is the hotels, right? And where the joining will be based on the bookings. So you can see this HID, bookings.hid, H underscore ID is equal to hotels dot H underscore ID. That is the, now it's a joining. Now there is a constraint given in any of the hotels in of Delhi city. So there is a uh, Delhi city is there, which is city field. So we will be writing it and uh, and city uh, is equal to Delhi. Okay. So this is done. Now the next one is to display the booking details of customers. okay, who have booked hotels in Mumbai, Chennai, and Kolkata. It's almost same like the previous one. But the only difference is there, it is asking the booking details. So almost I'm copying from here. So what it will be? So you need a booking details, means booking details. So booking uh, .st. It will give all the details. Now you have to combine, but here it is saying the city can be any of the cities, like it can be Mumbai, Chennai, Kolkata. So city when multiple uh, like equality condition is there, means either of the cities. So you can write city in these three are there. So this three you will be writing. So in this three it will be right. So this is the one. Now the next one is saying to delete all bookings where check-in date is before 2024-12. So it is 3rd December 2024 before. See, remember in computers, the dates are in increasing order. Okay. So if anything is said before, that means the date is a lesser one before that one. And if it is after, that means the date is greater than. So it's a very simple query. So you are going to write delete from bookings where your check-in date. Okay. So you have a column name check-in, and before means less than. Okay, less than 2024. This is the format already given, so no need to work on it. So we write this is the one. Okay. The next one is saying to display the Cartesian product of the two tables. So Cartesian product is a very simple one. You can write select split from bookings cross join uh, the other table is hotel. So this is once you can do it. One other thing which you can do, right? Select star from bookings, uh, comma, hotels. So you can do whichever one you think is okay. All right. One or is given to display the customer name along with their booked hotel's name. So you need the customer name. So customer name is here and booked hotel name is here. And HID is the way to connect these two. So it's we need to see in this case. So select customer name is a customer underscore name, hotel underscore name. So it will be select customer underscore name, comma, hotels uh, underscore name from hotels and bookings, and where this hotels dot h underscore id uh, is equal to bookings uh, dot underscore HID. So this is the query. It's a very simple. Remember, the only thing which you need to do in the two tables queries, you have to combine the common column in the where clause. So that will do the task. Okay. Now the next one is um, okay. Just try to first reread the entire question, and then we are going to discuss what it is to be done in this one.
MySQL database named Warehouse DB has a product underscore inventory table in MySQL which contains the following attributes: item underscore code, item code, integer. Product underscore name, name of product, string. Quantity, quantity of product, integer. Cost, cost of product, integer. Consider the following details to establish Python MySQL connectivity. Username, admin_user. Password, warehouse 2024. Host, localhost. Write a Python program to change the quantity of the product to 91 whose item_code is 208 in the product_inventory table.
Okay. So this is basically you need to write a Python program. So it is Python MySQL interface is required. So the very first thing in this program, I won't be able to execute it here, but I can write the code here. So I'm writing import MySQL dot connector as DB. Now, the very first thing in this type of program, we have to create the connection object. So connection object will be con is equal to db dot connect. And in this connect, we need to give the host. In this question, it is given as local host. Now we go for the other details. User is admin user and warehouse 2024. So it will be uh, uh, user is equal to admin user. So admin_user and password, you can write pass wd, this is okay. And password is given as warehouse 2024. So warehouse 2024 is the this one, right? And there is a database name. So database name is also provided, and this is the warehouse DB. It is the warehouse DB. So this line is done. Now we need to create the cursor object, which is equal to con.cursor. Okay. Now we need a SQL statement. The SQL statement is saying we have to change the quantity of the product to 91. So quantity will be equal to 91. So what we write? This is a string. So we write update this table name. The table name is given here, which is the product inventory. So this is the product inventory table. Set your quantity is equal to 91. Okay. And it is saying not for all, but where item code is 208. Where item code, okay, item code is equal to 208. Okay. So I think this is simple one. So cursor.execute will execute the SQL query. And finally, we need to, after this, we need to commit it for all the update queries, insert query and delete query. And then if you wish, we can close the cursor object and the connection. Okay. So these are very routine things. If you know, it's not very at all difficult, but you need the understanding of this thing. So before I move to the section E, uh, in case you need any kind of help regarding this uh, subject and scoring full marks in this subject, you can contact me. The details are given on this. Okay, so you can see the details which are provided. You can call me, okay, and you can WhatsApp me, and you can get all the help so that you can score full marks in this subject. Right. Let's move to the section E, question number 36. Okay. So let's first read what the question is saying.
Mr. Ravi, a manager at a tech company, needs to maintain records of employees. Each record should include employee_ID, employee_name, department, and salary. Write the Python functions to input employee data and append it to a binary file. Update the salary of employees in the IT department to 200,000.
Okay. So we have a file. Name is not given, but it's an employee file. So we can, like some names we can take, but very important, it has three fields: employee ID, employee name, department, and salary. So in case of any binary file, the first requirement is the pickle module. Let's see, the function name is not given, so we write def except. And when we need to put the data to a file, we need f equal to open, and this is emp.dat, and it should be in append mode, so ab is good enough. Now we need, which are the field to be, we need to append employee ID, employee name, department, and salary. So the question is not asking you anything with the employee ID, so let it be integer only, string only. So employee ID is equal to input, enter employee ID. Then you need the employee name, so ename is equal to input, enter employee name. Then we have the department, so dep is equal to input, enter department. Okay. Then we are writing the salary. Salary is obviously integer field, input, enter salary. Then we are writing rec equal to uh, employee ID, employee name, department, and salary. And finally, we need to put this data to the file. So we write pickle.dump. And in this dump, we will give the first parameter is the record and second is the file object. And then we write f.close. So this is the accept. The next one, this is for the accept one. Now we are going to the one which is going to update the salary of the employees in the IT department to 2 lakh. Okay. So I think we can take this one. So def update and this one. Now remember, in this case, we need to update the file. Update the file means you need to open the file in edit mode, and edit mode is R plus B mode, right? So one more thing, we know whether it is possible to update the file or not. So because it is satisfying the condition or not, so we write false first. Then what we do, we will try while true, we are going to read each of the record. So each of the record will be, before reading each of the record, we need to store the starting position of the record. Now record we can read very easily by writing pickle dot load and putting the placing the file object. So it will read each record. Now it is saying the department is IT. IT department is like 0, 1, 2. So if rec2 is equal to IT, then what you need to do, you have to set the next field, which is the salary, to 2 lakhs. Now what we need to do is that to write this modification, we need to first move back to the beginning of the record, and then using the pickle dot dump, we will write the record back to the file, and let's see, flag is equal to true, and we break. Now this is done. So except, now except will be happening when there is no break. That means there is no such record found which is there. Okay. So you can write is no record found for which the IT record is not there. That means, and f dot close. But if this thing has happened, if flag is true, that means you have updated the record, print record updated, or it updated. And one more thing which is here is that we need to close the file because it didn't get the chance to go to the this part. So this is the update clause, update function. Okay, this is the update one. Now we are coming to the last question. I think, yes, it is the last one. Here, this is a networking question. Here, normally they will give you the distance between the buildings and the number of computers in each of the buildings. Okay. So before I attempt this question, the first question is saying, suggest the best location of server in the Hyderabad complex and explain your reasoning. So remember, the best location will be the where the maximum number of computers are there, which is the IT. Okay, so IT block is the most suitable location. And like most of the previous year answers, the reason is uh, one of the simple reason it has the maximum number of computers, and the second is that according to 80-20% rule, uh, 80% of the traffic of the network traffic should be internal, and only the 20% of the traffic should uh, move across the backbone. Okay. All right. So maximum work should happen within the. So it should be according to the outer fact. Okay. Now the next is the question. So this one we have done. Question number part one. Now part two is saying uh, suggest the suitable placement for the devices like repeater and switch. So repeater is required where moreover like distance is more than 80-85 meter. Switch is required in all the buildings where there are two or more computers because we need to connect it. So for repeaters, we need to see where the repeater is to be placed. But for the switch, uh, it is to be placed in each of the blocks. Now, where the repeater is to be placed, this will be decided by the this particular draw a cable layout. Okay. So it's a very straightforward cable layout is there. There's nothing more to do it in this one. So I'm just copying the layout so that you can see. Okay. So the cable layout is this one. So here, this is the cable layout. You can draw it basically each of the building, but see, the main focus is here the IT building. Okay, there's a lot to be done. Like you have to draw it, but basically you have to connect each of the building and try to see there are no loops are there. Means you are connecting this by this and this. So there is a single line. Okay. So here one of the thing IT to HR, IT to HR is 175 meter. IT to finance, IT to finance is 60 meter. That is okay. And IT to IT to logistic is 60 meter. So that is fine. The only place where the issue is there, this one, which is the lengthier one. You need a repeater. You need a repeater. A repeater is required between the uh, IT and HR. Now, organization plans to provide a high-speed link with its head office using a wired connection. Which of the cables are like suitable for this job? Now it's a very simple, like whenever there's a high speed wired cable is there, so the answer will be optical fiber. Okay, so this is an optical fiber. Now, what is the use of VoIP? So, see, first thing is VoIP uh, stands for stands for voice over internet uh, protocol. So, basically, see, it is like the one which you are using. Like nowadays, people uses the internet to make phone calls. Okay, so basically, it is a technology uh, which that allows you to make voice calls over the internet. Over the internet. So your WhatsApp phone calls are there. And it's obviously very cheap because making and using the internet is there. Now it is very easy and direct. Earlier you need other methods, but it is simple. Now, the last one is saying what is the type of network when you are connecting Hyderabad campus to Bangalore. See, anything within directly connected, it's a PAN. Within a building, within a campus, it's a LAN. Within a city, it's a MAN. And within two different cities, it comes under the category of. Okay. So I think this is the end of the question for this one. So I can understand. So if you see, there are questions which are a little. Uh, uh, Mostly the questions are like once you have a proper understanding, you can deal with the question much easily, and it's a very scoring paper. Okay, sample paper at this moment. So if you practice well, you can score very good marks in this. And once again, if you are interested in getting a complete knowledge, easy way of understanding everything for this subject, do contact me so that you can get a better understanding and score very good marks in your board exam. So this is the end of this particular paper. So let's see if I can see solve more papers for you on more topics so that you can get better understanding. Okay, so thank you very much for your attention and patiently watching. Thank you again.